It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Wow.
Welcome to the final day.
Of your bell? Are we putting your bell to rest?
Wow. No, I need glue.
We got glue.
To the Brooklyn Cafe. Welcome. We have a nice show, a nice treat for you today. You've never seen anything like this.
I can't even believe we have not had a show on a Friday in a long time. Certainly not to this degree.
What are you talking about? We had a show last week.
You weren't here.
Just because I wasn't here doesn't
We did not
mean
do a show. I didn't have a show.
Oh.
And the week before when you weren't here,
now I'm going to give you a little inside information.
You would have done it without me.
No, our guest over there in the corner, we'll get to that in a second. She couldn't make it today. She was going to make it for Monday.
Ah.
But Monday, what we're going to be Monday?
We're going to be at Boca High. You have to fill out that volunteer sheet or they're not going to let you in the door.
Oh, they're letting me in the door. Oh, you watch. I'm going in.
Cowboy Freddie, I don't know. You got to fill out the volunteer form.
I'll bring my horse and everything else that I got to do. I'm getting in.
I can imagine Freddie riding up on a horse.
So we're going to be at Boca High.
What are we
doing
doing there?
With the students.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
We're just going in cold?
Yeah.
No script, no nothing?
No, they want to know how all of this, to be honest with you, they're the ones that should be going.
That's why I'm wondering, what are we talking about at Boca
We got to
High?
bring them with us. And they're going to be talking to the...
Do you think they're going to let this man in there?
No, not him.
Michael Jackson?
No.
In the house?
Denzel Washington. Denzel goes everywhere and anywhere. But they want us to talk to the AP classes. Is that a thing?
Yes.
And
Advanced placement.
Yes. And
Professor Freddie?
No,
You were an AP? You were not an AP.
Yeah, 9 AP.
You were non-AP?
9 grade AP. The non-AP?
Where's your buzzer? That's what happens when I get caffeine.
So they want us to talk not to one class, two. We had the 11 o'clock class and the 1:30 class.
I'm going to be there late.
And then they want us to talk about how we do what we do, why do we do it, all that stuff that you're good at. Okay. Me, I'm just going to sit back and say, ask her.
So I saw you sitting over there, and I'm like, if Freddie's sitting on that couch looking, you know we're in trouble.
No, it wasn't that. It's that I sensed Marcy was coming, and something told me, clear the decks. Clear the decks because you ain't never seen anything like this. And the next thing I know, Denzel walks in with a piece of art, and I said, and it begins.
Actually, the art that's on our set today is from Marcy Minks, and it is absolutely spectacular.
Spectacular.
That's a mandala. This kind of is a mandala, but this is inspired. I'll let her tell you where it's inspired from.
She's a mandala.
But it's beautiful.
She's dressed,
the
she's beautiful.
Whole personality. She's a walking artist. Amazing.
So she was going to cancel till Monday, but we had to go to this
other thing on Monday.
So she said, never mind, I'll come.
Awesome.
Because I think you had a gig before here, and she had to, or tomorrow or something, right? And you have to work, and she's all over the place. But I want you to be a regular, because now that I see your artwork, I'm going to tell you, I got ideas with your stuff, and we're going to get to that. You missed the morning show. I had me and Highlighter, Encyclopedia, and then Alicia showed up, and we were talking about how do you make people involved in some of the things that they do. So Encyclopedia, I think his name is Joey. Is that his name?
Joseph, yeah.
Joseph. He's a gamer. So we're going to put Joseph in one of the boxes gaming with a camera on him.
Oh, that's cool.
So that people can join us. They're laughing at me. So people can join us in that sector of the world to do that. And then Highlighter, she likes spooky stuff. So they came up with a party, and they want to see if we can use the bay down the street here.
Oh my gosh.
2-story party. We're going to have hangman, and we're going to be dressed in black with feathers, and the lights are going to go out, all sorts of stuff.
Wow.
So 20 people walk in, 19 people walk out. and the mystery begins.
Sally, you know what that means for me?
You're probably going to be
For
the one.
Sally and Frank. Frank will be doing an anointing on me as soon as I walk out of there, and I'm going to walk out with 21.
I have an idea for Frank. I'm going to dress him up all in white. I'm going to put powder on him, put him on a pedestal with a light underneath, and one of his books. And the lights are going to dim down, and there rises from the ashes the Frankster.
Today's the National Read a Book Day.
Well, this is why he's here.
Exactly why that works out. We've got a few authors in-house. We've got Sally Bernard, the author of Call Me Zena, and we've got Frank A. Ruffolo, the author of many, many books, and the latest one is called COVID Murders. So we're going to talk about all of those things.
All of that stuff. So are you in for the Halloween party?
Yeah, I don't do well with
No,
death on Halloween,
no.
but
That wasn't
I'll
the
be
question. The question wasn't where you do
I'm
well.
taking my
You
my
don't do well
group
lots
with
of stuff.
I know.
We're going to go. We're going to do this. And we're going to see if he'll let us do it over there. Because there's more room over there. There are 2 floors to this place over there. It's huge. Huge. And we're going to make it a haunted house. How you like me now? And then the trick here is we're going to film a movie.
In there?
That's going to be the beginning of the filming of the movie.
Okay.
From there to here to here to there and there. And it's going to be the murder mystery.
Oh, for Emily.
Yes, so maybe one of their kids will be the one that disappears.
So yesterday, Emily comes in. You all know Emily because she was with me for a while, right?
Here we go.
Freddie was doing his thing. She walks in, and I said, look, Emily's here. They start talking. He didn't realize who she was. He had never met her. He met her once for about 5 minutes. On the first day we met her, and then you went to cover the DNC. So she was here, and her hair was done exactly like someone else would come in for us to interview the day before. And he's like, oh, so you're back. And she says, I'm back. It's been a while. And he says, it hasn't been a while. It's been since yesterday. And this banter goes back and forth. And I said, do you know who this is? He goes, of course I know who it is. That's Emily. I said, do you know who Emily is? He says, yes, she was here yesterday. I'm like, no, Emily. What? So we got through all of that, and she's going to be doing her piece. And Jay understands, because they all know Emily because they were all with me.
I don't know Emily.
I know, because you were not here.
You do now.
She walks through that door, I'm not going to recognize. That was not the same woman I met 3 weeks ago.
Well, it's like Danny. When they change their hair, changes Danny
Everything.
walked in the other day with her hair was down with curly hair.
I wouldn't recognize.
You would
Look
not
at G-Man.
recognize her.
G-Man is like a comedian. I don't recognize him either. I got to keep staring at him.
Denzel.
Is that him? Denzel and Ricky Waters and a whole bunch of other guys.
You're nuts. All right.
But she came in yesterday, and she has an interesting concept. So she's going to do murder mysteries, and she has this whole thing that's like a documentary. And apparently she entered a contest in 2020 with over 5,000 recipients. She came in second place out of 5,000 people for a television program. So she showed me some of the work. So what we told her to do is that we're going to put this on some kind of pay-per-view so that you can buy into these mysteries. And then I said, and then once in a while, maybe once every 3 or 4 months, we actually ad-lib the mystery using actors and actresses. So she looked at me yesterday and she says, who is this guy?
I know, but because she wants to be really careful that these are still people, these are open cases, so she wants to make sure that she's respectful to the families and those that are still missing and not make it a funny piece, to be respectful. And
It wasn't supposed to be. Why is it that everybody says I'm going to do a funny piece? And I'm not respectful, I'm not compassionate. What the hell is wrong with you people?
I don't know, is Freddie's middle name Compassion to anybody
Frank,
here?
am I compassionate, Frank?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you. I like your hat, Frank.
Host of Artist Love. They had a
What?
good show last night. Richard was calm.
Yes, that's because Richard was on his best behavior.
Yes, he was.
Richard's girlfriend was in the studio.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know that Frank had never met her?
That's what he told me.
I can't believe. How do you have somebody in your life for how long? A little while. Your best friend is,
been like an item for a couple of months.
and you never met her. How does that work?
I have no idea. You have to ask Richard.
You know, maybe when a guy meets the love of his life, they keep them a secret until it's appropriate to share. I don't know.
You keep the love of your life a secret? That's called a
just-
mistress.
Maybe. Hence the love of your life. What can I tell you?
Yes, I hear that is a thing. What is wrong with you?
That's how we introduced her. Was the love of his life.
No, you know, No, he did that because she was there. Yeah, I'm trying to be nice to the lady because I thought she was a guest on your show. Then I hear she's not even a guest.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so who are you? I'm with him.
But it was lovely. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's time to meet the artists and the authors who are in studio and the actors, so you never know. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as Amp Media Productions, where you can see all the other shows that we produce here at the network, including Call Me Zena, The Artist Loft, Impulso Latino, and everything in between. More to come on the other side of this break, and we'll be right back.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Frank A. Ruffolo, a renowned author and screenwriter known for his books such as 10048, Blue Falcon, Memoir of a Soldier, and his latest, Samuel of Sarah. Check out his website, frankaruffolo.com, for more info or purchase his books on Amazon.
Amp Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
Amp Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah
Open your heart.
Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies Station, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call Me Zena.
Teach by example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
You know, like,
Artist Loft.
using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
That's
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Amp Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be a first class champagne, please.
Dying comfort.
That's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, we got to fix it.
Break my bell. Nothing works when I come back.
What can I tell you? Anyway, you ready to talk some art?
I'm glad Marcy's here. She's like my comfort zone.
She fits right into the studio, which is pretty amazing.
Everything she brought with her, I'm like amazed.
We've got Marcy Minks joining us. She is an incredible artist, and we're going to let her share everything. It looks like she's a multimedia artist because we've got mannequins, we've got art, we've got paintings, a lot of great things. And Marcy herself looks like a walking piece of art. So welcome, Marcy, to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you join us.
Thank you. Where do we start? You're going to ask me some questions? You want me to just introduce myself?
Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Marcy Miller. I go by Marcy Minks. That's my artist name. I am a mixed media artist. I've been doing art my whole life. I'm specifically a custom pet portrait artist. I call it portraits. I've been doing that for 14 years because everybody has a pet. Everybody loves their pet. People commission me to do that all the time. So that's what I do mostly, but I can really paint pretty much anything. And I go back and forth. I did bring one of my pieces. It's like a newer style that I'm working on, which is pretty fun. So we can talk about that. But yeah, so I've been like playing with mannequins and stuff. But yeah. You have any
Tell us about the piece behind me.
Okay, yeah. So specifically, the ones behind you guys, I did a whole mandala series. It was kind of like a meditation for me. It's very repetitive and very calming, and I always am attracted to color and patterns and stuff. So those are all actually free-handed. The one that's behind you is an oyster mandala, because I used to own an oyster bar, so it was on brand at the time. But yeah, and I love oysters too. So, but yeah, those are my mandala pieces.
You remember back in the day, you're probably too young, and you used to have that thing with the wheel, and you turned it, and you used to do designs like that.
I was going to say spirograph, yep.
Remember that? That's what that one reminds me
of. You put your pencil in it, and we do all these different designs, but
this
is all done freehand.
No, hold on, say the question again.
This is all freehand.
Yes, that is freehand. I cheated a little bit, but for the most part, it's not perfect. So if you look close, but I get it pretty close.
It looks pretty perfect. That's good.
Yeah, that's my crazy brain.
All right, so tell me about the yellow in the middle.
So that is supposed to be a lemon.
Okay.
To be in the oysters. So, but yeah, the one behind you was actually. That one is called Radiant Sun Dream. I was inspired by the colors of my sun conure because I have parrots and stuff like that. So I was starting to do mandalas based on my parrots and the colors that came out in their feathers. So that one's based on my sun conure.
That's amazing.
They're absolutely spectacular.
And these are all commissioned, or you're selling them?
Well, those particularly are for sale. A lot of my pieces, like my pet portraits I brought today, all of those are commissioned. I had to borrow them from their owners. And I'm actually doing a pop-up event. I'll have to give you the info on that because I'm kind of I just show up the next day. I don't know. But they're doing a Clear the Shelter event in West Palm. I think it's animal control or something. So I'll be bringing my pet portraits there tomorrow to hopefully sell them and also hopefully help them clear the kennel.
All right, tell me about the mannequin that you have, that huge...
Yeah, so that one's called Sprinkles, the one that's right there, yeah. So with the mannequins, that's particularly my style. I was trying to ask myself, what would I create, if I was creating art for myself? And I like things that bring joy. I like patterns. I love polka dots. I'm inspired by Yayoi Kusama. So I like to put polka dots in everything. I like to wear polka dots. But anyway, so mannequins to me are always fun. I love the movie Mannequin growing up. But I have so many accessories and clothing, so I personally would have mannequins in my home and decorate them with my own pieces. So I started painting them and just accessorizing them with all my pieces. So I like a little pop of fun. It's a little funky. It's a little quirky. It makes you think, and it has a little hint of fetish in it too.
So that mannequin was white, and you painted it?
Yeah.
And then you put all the stuff on it?
Yeah.
And then you changed its head?
Yeah, so that's one of my fetish pieces. I have one that's a pink poodle that I'm going to be putting, her name is Bubbles, but I'll be making a mannequin for that. I recently purchased a bullhead and like a dinosaur head, so I'll be doing some inspired ones by that soon. This one in particular, as well as a few other of my mannequin pieces, you can see at Art Frenzy in Wilton Manors. That's where some of my pieces are, the girls over there, Bernadette and Debbie. So they have my pieces right now. Yeah.
Is that a gallery?
Yeah. They do framing and they sell art as well.
Art Frenzy?
Art Frenzy. They've been around for a very long time in Wilton Manors. So.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
I like the creativity of it. Not to mention, it reminds me of a couple of movies that I watched.
I thought you were going to say something else, so.
Not that kind of movie. Take it easy over there. But it's just different. It's a little funky. It's a little bit different. It's...
Yeah, I like my art to like make you think. If it's like my personal art, like I said, I like fun. I like colors. I did this other disco Ken mannequin. That was, I have no fingertips left from that experience.
That's a whole glass... all glass?
Yeah, that one is, yeah. And those are, you know, it would be easier if I just laid them in strips, but I pretty much laid them all piece by piece and cut them to fit. But that's Disco Ken, and the piece that's hanging above it, I also paint like whatever people want on hats and stuff. Cheetah print is popular. I also do really fun mandalas on the brims of the hats too. But yeah.
That would be like a great, what is it called, denim and diamonds outfit. So you've got the hat, so you got the whole cowboy look like you could do when we go on Monday. And then the whole diamond sequence would be a great party idea as well.
Well, what I like about what you do is that it breaks the ice in any establishment, at any party, any gathering. And any establishment could be a bar, could be a restaurant, could be anything, because you walk in and say, okay, what the hell is going on here? And then all of a sudden, somebody's next to you will stand next to you, and they'll talk to you, like I did with the Capone thing. It was amazing. That's what has me looking at it, because I'm staring at it, because, you know, I'm a little off-center. I don't know if you know that.
No.
I like sort of things against the grain.
Really?
Yeah, Frank could tell you.
I would have never known.
You never know?
Never. I don't think anyone else would know either.
But it's a nice thing sometimes when you talk about the differences of what you bring. Which is, if you look around this studio, you've never seen a studio like this before, because it's a little bit different. This is actually, I could put you on the wall right now, and it'd be part of
I know, it would fit, honestly.
You fit right in.
Yeah.
You ever do like live mannequin work?
I haven't yet. I just recently started collecting them and having pieces and stuff. You know, I don't know if I mentioned it. I said it earlier. I don't know if I said it on camera. But I used to own a restaurant, and I was doing that every day, all day. So I'm now working on my art, so I'm going to have more free time to do and get creative and really go wild with it. I don't have a whole lot of space, but for the mannequins I have already, I do have some ideas, so I'm excited about doing that. But what I like about doing like 3D art and, you know, like those types of pieces, like at any gallery show, you know, you always have the flat pieces, but it's important to have like ones of dimension that stand out. It really makes the show pop. So I like to bring that too, because those are the pieces that people seem to remember, that make them feel something. They're like, even if it's not positive, you know, it makes them feel something, and that's what I want to do with my art. So.
Were you trained as an artist, or this is all self-taught?
Self-taught, really. I'm very crafty and stuff. I've been painting and drawing since I was very little. I've been doing the pet portraits for about 14, 15 years, which that started, I was looking for a gift for my friend, and he was obsessed with his 2 dogs, and I just painted them, and I did a post, and then after that, people just were like, paint mine, paint mine, paint mine. So that's what I seem to do that more. Like I said, everybody has a pet or looking for a great gift idea, and on the sad times, if one passes away, it's a good memorial gift as well. So.
But the fine lines, it's like when you look at everyone, all the art, Sally and Jay, when you look at their paintings, the fine line details that you can do with a paintbrush. Like for me, I'm like, I get my eyeliner straight. So how you guys do this under incredibly truth, they never match. Canvas, Sally does the same thing with her details, and Jay, the pencils are incredible. How you guys can just do this precision in the artwork and make it pop and come to life is remarkable.
Thank you.
So truly beautiful.
Yeah.
I like the aspect that you are part of your artwork. You are a mirror image of everything
Right,
you're
she
putting
could be
together.
a live mannequin in the middle of an art exhibit. You want us to take a break?
No, I'm good.
CPR on set, really?
No, I'm good. But it's just like Jay Harmon is our in-house pencil artist, and his stuff is spectacular. You would think it's a picture, but he doesn't look like a moving picture. You look like you're part of your moving art.
Right? She looks like the whole session. All right. Why don't we take a commercial break before my partner here
made me
keeps
laugh.
coughing? More to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
How's that hospitality committee going?
And I'm back. What?
Huh? What?
You could have rang the bell, you know. I mean, it's busted.
Yeah, but you're almost there. So I had to give you a chance to get there. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm hanging in there.
So we're talking to Marcy Minks, our latest artist in the studio. Really, I think you could do an exhibition and you could be the live mannequin right in the middle of your piece.
Yeah, my last show was at the Hot Spots Gallery in Wilton Manors. I was part of a community show, so I was one of the artists. But anyways, I brought all my mannequins, and they're all polka dotted and decorated fun, and I was dressed all in polka dots. So I was very on brand. So everybody knew that they were mine. They're like, "Oh, you're that artist," and I'm like, "Yeah." So
but how smart is that in marketing, right? Because sometimes you go to the craft shows or the art shows, and you look around and you don't know who the artist is, but you're right there on brand.
Yeah.
Which you're like a social media marketing dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, your network is your network. Hold on, your net worth is your network is your net worth, right? But anyway, so yes, I always believe on being on brand no matter what I'm doing. So if I'm out in public, people are like, "You look like an artist." I'm like, "Funny that you say that. I am." So
are you a chef also?
I can do that as well. Yes, I have because I did own a restaurant for so long. It's smart to just know every aspect of it. So I did. I was working in the kitchen for the last year and a half, so I have been getting creative in a different way.
So you're a cooking artist.
Yeah.
You can cook art.
I get artistic with my food. I create creative vegan dishes because out there's not a whole lot of options. I mean, it's usually cut and paste if somebody adds something that's vegan to a menu. So I'm not a vegan anymore. I'm more dairy-free pescatarian, which is very extra when you go out to eat. But anyways, so whenever I was having cravings, I was vegan for 3 years. I just created myself. And I didn't really look too much on YouTube for inspiration. I'm just I'm a foodie at heart, so I'm like, this tastes like this tastes like this has a texture, let me put it together, see if it works. So
dairy-free pescatarian.
Yeah.
Going out's got to be fun.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
But you can do fish, right? So that's helpful.
Yeah, and I said, an oyster bar, like I was eating the oysters and stuff like that. And I took a trip to New Orleans once, and they didn't have hardly any vegan options. And so I could be like, okay, I won't do the butter, but I'll have the fish. So I just started eating fish after that, and I was like, it made it a lot easier. For
me, I think the dairy-free would be harder than the pescatarian. I'm all in. It's the dairy-free, I think, is even more difficult.
Yeah, if there's something
but you probably feel better, right?
Yeah, it actually, and with that diet, I actually ended up losing a lot of weight without even having to work out. So it just personally works for me, but I like it.
What other hidden talents you have? So you cook, you artist, you sing?
I do sing as well, yeah.
Why is it that I knew that?
I don't know.
I hear you have a very lovely voice.
I do. You're not wrong. I like to sing Disney music or classic country and stuff like that. Well, yeah. I don't know if you want me to sing right now.
Tell us who you're talking to?
I'm sorry?
I think
we should set it up so you can sing. I think it would be nice. Yeah, you want to sing?
I'll sing if you want me to sing, sure.
Yeah, we'll get the Jay out here. We'll hook that up as well. That's it. We might as well just keep going with this one. She's like a roller coaster ride, baby.
Untapped potential, just like, I got it. Right.
I hear you.
I'm not the greatest public speaker, obviously. I stumble a little bit,
but you're doing great.
Yeah, thank you.
You're a display exactly to who you are, and you're very real, and you're transparent, and you do what you do. And why not let the world know?
Yeah. You can't mess it up, right?
Now, so tell us again where your art can be seen, and then we're going to get you all set up for singing, I guess.
Sure. So anyways, you can see the mannequin art that I have right now at Art Frenzy in Wilton Manors. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a pop-up at the Clear the Shelter event at Animal Care and Control in West Palm, I believe. They're doing a whole raffle with vendors and stuff like that to help clear the kennels and stuff like that. So I hope they clear the kennels, but you can also go and see my art and me there too. So.
And you do everything in paint? Because let's put up the pet portraits again, please. The larger one that's on the easel. Mm-hmm. Same type of style as the other ones, because it looks totally different feel.
So since there's a lot of people that do this type of stuff, I offer something different. That one is a classic canvas acrylic painting. You can get a lot of detail on that. But for the 8x10s and stuff, to make it a little bit more affordable and to offer something a little different, I do it mixed media. So I paint the pet, and then they can choose and select whatever background. Just like the ones on the end cap, I don't know if you can see it. The ones with the green, those are like a matching set. So those are someone else's 2 dogs, so they could hang it separately. But it looks like it's a set. And that way, if they have a growing family or something like that, they can keep adding to it if they like it. So.
Something tells me that when you become artists, that emotionally, depending on what you're feeling, is where it goes. Like, you don't set out to do this, and then it ends up being that, because you just, I look at the dogs, and I'm looking at 2 or 3 different artists in one person.
Yeah.
Right.
So some of them are older. Actually, the ones with the white background and the green, those are one of my, from the very beginning. I started doing them a little differently. I used to do them as bust kind of, where it's just cut off here. And then I started dragging it down and doing the whole body. So I actually liked what it looks like full body better than the older style, but I can do either one. But yeah, so I paint the eyes first.
Do you play instruments too, or no?
I can. Honestly, like I said, since I'm a workhorse, I'm always doing something. I work best with commission pieces. So when people have an idea, I just say, tell me your idea, and if I can do it, I'll do it. And if not, I also believe in sharing is caring. I can paint people for sure, but I just don't. I haven't in a while, and I usually give it to my portrait artist friend, and if he has pets, he gives them to me. So we kind of like share in that way.
And you've done stand-up comedy too?
I am very funny, actually, and I considered
know.
it, but I have to get over my. I thought about it though. It'd be a nice stretch. It'd be fun to do.
She's like somebody that I knew down in the village.
Yeah.
That did a whole multitude of things, and the last thing she became was a stand-up comedian. And she took the art with her. She had mannequins. I was going to ask you, is that you? She took mannequins and put it on the set. So her comedy set was her talking to the mannequins.
Oh, yeah.
It was an unbelievable show. 6-month waiting period to get in after she got going. But
you're giving me ideas.
She's there. All right, good. So we'll set her up to sing.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
All right, and while we're doing that, I want to check in with Frank and Sally because today is National Read a Book Day. So we've got so many great books to choose from in the studio alone. Frank, how many books have you written?
14.
So we've got 14 books here that you can choose from Frank. Sally has one and one more on the way. Two, okay. And the most recent is the COVID murders. And I think, are you reading the COVID murders now, Alicia?
Not yet.
Alicia, aren't you writing a book?
I'm going to see if Alicia can get any further from her mic before she talks.
I know. She's like in La La Land. Are you in La La? There you go.
Thank you.
If I'm writing a book, no, I wrote a journal already. It's just a journal.
Oh, I thought you wrote a book. Was it your sister that wrote a book? Somebody in that family wrote a book.
No, it's a journal I wrote, but it's not about me. So back to you.
Back to you, Frank.
Back to me.
All right, let's see if we can get Frank's. There's Frank's camera. Perfect. Frank, you actually match your COVID murders book with your planets. Look at that.
What planet is Frank on today?
Actually, I was talking to Frank. I was reading an article that says
Space Cowboy today. Just call me Maurice.
Saturn's losing its rings. I was reading.
What?
Yeah, the Saturn is letting Pluto borrow the rings.
I feel like I'm in Disney World, and Goofy's going to be
What do you
taking
mean they're
something else.
losing their rings?
Right? Did you see the same
They're
thing?
losing their rings.
Saturn is losing its
Saturn
rings.
is getting a divorce.
Just like water may not be wet, but.
Just like Tom Brady.
So do you want to tell him about the water routine? Because I told him this last night, and they laughed me out of the building.
That they said that water is not wet in and of itself. Water makes other things wet, but water itself is not wet. By definition, water composition is like ice, and then that's not wet. But to me, water is wet because it gets other things wet. Like last night, coffee is made with water, and the floor was wet. So all I can tell you is I had to clean up a puddle last night.
No, the floor was not wet.
What was it?
Because water's not wet.
Water made the coffee wet, I guess.
That's because Josh didn't put the basket in there, and I messed up because I followed his lead. But that's another story.
But anyway, it says water is not wet by definition, but
So
I think water is wet.
Is words still, or that's changed too? Because everything else has changed.
Are words?
Yeah, his book. Do we have to? Is it Braille? Is it words? What is it?
It's the COVID murders.
It's words. It's how you download into your brain.
There you go. Download it to the brain. Are you writing another book?
Am I writing another book?
Right now?
No.
You're
I've
done?
got 3 books written.
That's
that
it? You're
aren't
finished?
released yet, but I'm not writing another book.
So there's 3 more coming out. Do you have a plan on when they're coming out?
No.
It's when you're...
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
You've got some ideas happening with movies and some scripts of some of the books you've written. You're sort of in
Stuck
connection
in
with
Traffic
something.
is in process. That could be the next thing coming out soon. And
Do
we've
you-
got...
Do you know yesterday you had a guest, right? I thought that was the person from Canada that was talking to you about the book, about making the movie. So I was acting really nice. I was going to give him my
To
car
his girlfriend?
keys. But it ends up being Rich's girlfriend. Here I am thinking she must be the Canada, because nobody introduced me to her yet. She must be the person from Canada that's doing the book. This is what really happened last night. So I say, well, you could take my car and go to dinner and everything else. Meanwhile, it's his girlfriend. Give me my keys back.
So you've got Stuck in Traffic, which is a book on human trafficking. And no matter where I travel, I'm sure in all the rest stops last week, you could see
I don't
flyers
go to rest stop.
everywhere. You didn't see them?
I went to 2 bathroom breaks. Yes.
The
there's
airport,
millions.
everywhere.
Yes.
It's about human trafficking, and please report anything, any suspicions, and if you're
People
being
missing,
trafficked,
yes.
they give you the the sign and numbers, which makes Stuck in Traffic so more poignant right now because there's
Yep.
so much more awareness of what it is.
Dade County's number 1. in the nation and stuck in trafficking.
Wow.
And Florida's number 3.
Do you know that more people go missing because they do the stops along I-95 and the other highways to use the bathroom, and people don't come back? They take them from there. So now they came up with a new system where they have eyes all over the place, like cameras and stuff, watching. But they can't put it in the bathroom because it's unconstitutional. They can only do it outside.
Outside the bathroom.
So they're taking people from the cars now. So you got to be very aware of what's going on around you, even in a freaking, I mean, you have to go to the bathroom. Sometimes people will leave their kids and wife in the cars.
I always think about if you're a single mom, moms always take their sons to the bathroom, because I always took Aaron with me. But as a single dad, or you're traveling as a dad with your kids and you have a daughter, what do? You don't
leave
take
her in the car if
you
she
can't
doesn't
leave.
need to
No,
go.
you can't leave her in the car. That's not even the thought. You leave her in the car. No,
Your teenage daughter? You're
I'd
gonna
say
take
she
her
was
to
a
the bathroom?
teenager.
Oh,
Right?
no,
You got a
you
little
gotta
girl.
take the kid.
Would
Yeah,
you
you gotta
take her
her.
into the men's room?
Of course you do. What are you gonna do?
That's why I'm asking.
Find a tree, because she's either going with you or you're gonna do a tree.
That's what I'm asking. As a single dad traveling, what do you take your, would you take doorknob into
What?
the bathroom?
Oh, they got family bathrooms.
Oh, okay. Thank
We
you.
talked about that. But that's
Thank you.
now. Back in the day, they didn't
Back
have
in the
family
day, they didn't have
bathrooms.
Well,
family
that's what I'm thinking, because no one thinks twice about a mom bringing their son into a bathroom, right? But then people think you got a dad bringing his little girl, and then what's the little girl seeing? Men are all there in their urinals. What do you do? But I guess now they have the family bathroom,
Family
which makes
bathroom.
more sense.
Except the ones that I went to says out of order. But what do you do then?
But that's a big way. I think people are trafficking children, and you don't know because
Where
you don't say anything.
Yes, Alicia.
No, it's just that I went to a gas station, and the men's room was closed. So, they made the women's bathroom what the men's bathroom used to be. So I'm in there, and I see this man coming in, and he didn't speak English. And I saw a bunch of urinals, and of course, he thought it was, I suppose, but I was freaked out because all I could think about was human trafficking. And I'm like, Señor, aquí no es un baño para los hombres. Translation, that this is not
Get
a bathroom
out.
for the men. Yeah, he's like, okay.
But first of all, let me tell you something. I was in Atlantic Avenue, and the women's bathroom went around the block, right?
The line.
The line. The men's bathroom, in and out. So I went in the men's bathroom.
Well, you should
There
go
were
in the men's
15
bathroom.
women following me into the men's
Oh,
bathroom. I'm like, excuse me, no, I ain't waiting on that line. I said, really? And there were no doors or anything on the
Yeah,
urinal.
when you got to go, you got to go.
No
It's
The
wonder
so
why
beauty of
things
being a
happen.
man, though, you guys can go onto a tree and just do your thing.
I'm sorry, you can hit a tree too?
No, it's
Yes, you
more
can.
complicated for us.
Trust you me, I was married twice. You can hit a
It's
tree at 50 yards.
complicated.
Well,
It ain't
yeah.
complicated.
You guys can just, aim and shoot and bada bing, bada boom.
What do you don't aim and shoot?
No.
What are you?
You
You
squat.
have a radar
You
detection
squat.
that says, where's the toilet? No, you aim and shoot. What's the matter with
Have you ever
So
noticed
different.
when you're at a water park, there's no lines for the bathroom?
You ever noticed?
Oh my God.
And the water and the parks have a tinge. Do you know? You ever see when in the pool you have the blue thing? You know, if you go in the pool and it turns blue around you. Remember that thing that came out? You heard about
is
this?
that a real thing, though?
I don't know. But what I did was I bought some dye once, and I put it on Freddie's bathing suit, and I smacked it open, a balloon. And I wanted to see what the party would think, and everybody ran out of the pool.
Oh my God.
And we were dying, because it was a balloon. It was a balloon. But I hear it's real.
Too
I
much.
don't know.
All right, Frank. So, Stuck in Traffic is working on its next maybe movie sequence.
It looks like it's going to be coming up probably in about a year.
That's amazing.
Are you going to act in it?
No, hell no.
Why?
Why would I want to ruin the movie?
No, you could be the silent gangster.
That's
Take care of
amazing,
that.
though, to be on the track, because we know someone her movie was just picked up for major distribution.
I think he knows them. You know Goldie.
I don't know.
We went to see it in the movie theater, and somebody just picked it up.
But that was her life story, and that was done documentary style. It was a short. So that would be amazing to have Stuck in Traffic done as a
Well,
movie.
we're working on, we've got a possibly big name involved. Well,
Really?
could be on our show in October. We're working on that. So
Would they
the
be
show
involved
here?
in the movie? Yeah.
Is he going to be involved in the movie?
maybe.
You should go into the movie. You should do the movie. I want to be in the movie. Where's Rich? I'm going to tell you something, Rich. I'm going to be in that movie. I got to be in that movie. Mama Ali, if you're watching, you promised me a movie 7 years ago. She tells me I'm not union, so I can't be in the movie.
You're not even registered with Palm Beach County School District, so we got to get you.
I got a voter's registration. I got a library card. That don't count?
I don't know. I saw there's a library in New Jersey where you can rent a wedding dress. What a great idea is that?
And next door you can rent a divorce attorney.
How many return customers do they have?
Isn't that amazing? So you're not spending thousands of dollars. You can actually rent
What's
the
the
dress.
best gift you can give somebody at their wedding?
Advice?
So, thank you.
A divorce attorney.
Oh, yeah. Well,
a friend of the family.
My friend who was an attorney, he would because he was also, what do you call them, that they can marry? Notary. But as he was marrying them, he'd give them his card in case they wanted to get divorced.
Isn't that amazing? A notary can marry you?
Yeah.
But you can't get divorced by a notary?
No.
You can't?
No.
Oh, no. Well, an attorney. He was an attorney, so he could do both.
Oh, so he would work.
Yeah.
See, these are all things in the COVID book. All right, so tell us about this book, Frank.
COVID murders?
Let's start with the cover. Because
that's just that's a symbol for hazmat material.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's a little scary because I don't know whether
It's part of the story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So,
Does this one have an ending, or is there another book to follow?
No, this one have an ending.
Has an ending?
Here's the interesting thing
this
about
case is the COVID murders.
Frank's books is there's always something in it that's going to happen, come to pass in years down the road. So we're going to read.
Or has come to pass.
Right. So we're going to read Frank's book on COVID murders, and at some point, all those sealed files of 2020 are going to open up, and Frank's going to have actually written about it. You're going to be, you know what? I read that in the COVID murders, like the Kennedy files, when those open up.
Did you see the
Or
new
the other
file?
soft disclosure.
It's funny you brought that up. There's a new angle of somebody that was hanging over Kennedy, and they just published it, and he backs off as soon as the shooting starts.
What do you mean hanging over? A Secret Service?
He was he was running along, yes. He was in the line of fire.
And then he wasn't.
And then he wasn't. And nobody had ever seen this before. So it just came out. It came out, I think, on Sunday.
And this is how many years later?
62?
63. 63? A lot of years later.
So that's what we're going to find out with Frank's books, like with the COVID murders.
Frank, do you know who shot JFK?
Do I know who shot JFK? I know who was involved in shooting JFK, but I don't know who shot him.
I think that's the next book, Frank.
It's probably sitting on Chris's desk.
Probably.
It just has not been published yet.
It's amazing because some of the things that he's written about from 2010 are happening now. And, you can't call it coincidence because the way you have outlined it, minus the names, it would have been exact.
Yeah, they're gonna. China wants to go to the moon and harvest hydrogen from the water on the moon. I was there.
We were talking to a jeweler yesterday, and she has regular diamonds and she does lab-grown diamonds. We were talking about what's happening with lab-grown diamonds. Makes me think of your book. You don't have to mine it anymore, right? It's more eco-friendly. It's more sustainable. We're not mining it. We're not destroying the earth to get real diamonds, just like you talked about in the moon, right? The jewelry store and everyone that was mining on the moon. So I was thinking, and here we go again. And why lab-grown diamonds? They're more environmentally friendly than
but
regular
it's the
diamonds.
price.
No, it's cost efficient.
And they also just came out and said there's an ocean underneath the surface of Mars.
Yes, I saw that. I read that. It's funny because if you come down and you pick up a book from Frank and he signs it and everything else, and you talk to him about some of the things that lead up to some of his books, you get educated. He's like a one-stop shop. When I was away, I visited a couple of places that they give you the history of. There's the history of.
Frank is the history.
He's the history of. Right? Which is really cool if you meet somebody and then it begins to make sense, some of the things that you saw that didn't make sense in the past.
Do you know what you have to do, what I did with Frank today? Because I looked at him. He's quiet, silent, but deadly. Mm-hmm. And I said, Frank, what are you thinking about? I hear something. He's like, I wasn't saying anything. I'm like, but I hear your thoughts. I hear the vibration of his thoughts. He's like, and then what did you say to me?
I was thinking about my next book.
The next book.
The Golden Skull is going to be the next book.
What is it for?
The Golden Skull.
What the hell is that about?
Well, Jack is now a PI, he's not a detective, and a very sultry woman, like the old-style detective, saunters into his office and wants him to locate a skull, a gold skull that was stolen from her.
You see, I had the same concept with telling the kids I wanted to do the missing pineapple, the missing coconut, a Florida murder case, the missing coconut. Now you have a skull, a gold
Can you
skull.
imagine if you combine the missing skull, that golden skull, with your Tres Archangelis and what they found behind that wall and in that secret passage, and then your two books come together, and then you have two series that come together as one.
Well, if you read Samuel of Sarah, it comes together with Jack Stanhouse.
And there you go. That's this one. That was the one right before it. So there you have it.
Yeah,
He's already done it.
Because there's a part of that book, there is a subplot in that book where there is a murder on Mars of an AI.
An AI?
Yeah, of a robot. And the detective there is the detective on Mars is a third or fourth or fifth, 1,300 years. How many generations would that be?
Oh, wow.
Related to Jack Stenhouse.
See, he's already put them together. Don't make me look in Frank's brain, please.
No, but there's something interesting about Frank that a lot of people don't know. Before we even came here, right? You, him, myself, and Richard got together, and we thought about doing a sitcom together. And Frank, the way his brain works, he starts spitting out episodes one after the other, and it's all comedy, and it's based on I Love Lucy. Frank's humor. He's got great humor. You don't even know because it's not all doom and gloom and the end of the world or unsolved mysteries. It's also about what you wrote. Do you remember any of it?
Oh yeah, well, you mean the sitcom?
Can I show it can I bring it to them one day?
I think he did.
I think he already has one.
Yeah, we have one of them.
You have one, I think. I think I sent you one.
Which one, the vitamin Vegemin?
Yeah.
And what's happening with the Blue Falcon? That is into the works for some
That's
future.
been in the works a long time. I don't know if that's dead or not. That's been in Hollywood for a while, but the person handling that's been really sick.
Oh gosh.
So she got cancer, then she got COVID, then she got a disease related to COVID, and then she's been in the hospital, and now she's in a wheelchair, so I don't know what's going on with that.
But all of Frank's books are available right here at the studio. They're signed copies, or you can get them on Amazon or at frankabrafolo.com. If you purchase a book, you can always meet Frank in person right here at the studio.
And that book, Blue Falcon, there is about a president that's being impeached.
Oh, wow. I don't even know how you came up with that idea.
And I wrote that in 2015.
You know what I saw? I was watching an interview that the astronauts are not stuck in the International Space Station. They can actually go from their spacecraft to the ISS and back. So they're not stuck. They can go from one facility to another. They just can't get back here, but they're not stuck.
But they are bringing back...
How do you like that for a play on words?
But they are bringing back the craft.
They're going to try,
today.
right?
No, the craft is coming back today empty.
Yeah.
But they don't think it's safe enough to bring back humans.
But they're not stuck.
No, they're stuck. Because first of all, the spacesuits that they would need to wear are not identical to the ones that could save them. So they have to wait until the next thing goes up there and bring spacesuits so they can come back in. It's just complicated.
I think Elon's going to pick them up.
Yeah.
I think Frank's book should
read
pick them
about
up
that.
because everyone travels very easily in your books.
Yes, they do.
Well, if they take the portal on the moon, they'll end up in the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for.
All right, so come on into the studio to get a copy of Frank's book. You can also get a copy of Sally's book, Call Me Zena. We're going to take a break. We need to set up our new singer.
Yes, we're going to do that.
Let's set her up, and we're going to come back. We'll talk to Sally and Jay and see what else we've had on the horizon because the show today's at 2:30 inside the artist's mind. We'll see who they're in. I don't even know who they're in. Well, I do, but I can't say who they're going to be
She's the one that
interviewing.
set it up. Of course she knows who.
More to come. We'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
The owners of Amp Media Productions and the Brooklyn Cafe show, Don and Freddie S., are excited to announce the launch of its new nonprofit educational charity, the Amp Media Futures Foundation. This foundation gives college students the tools that they need by providing them hands-on learning experiences in business, marketing, communication, and media creation. To donate or volunteer, contact AMP2 Media Productions by email at info@ampfutures.org.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Thank God for Clorox cleanup wipes.
And we're back.
All right, you ready to talk to Sally and Jay?
No.
Talk about Sally's book, Call Me Zena.
Well, actually, we're talking about traveling. Well, my book is about traveling, I guess, in a different way, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's anybody out there that's had any strange experiences, I call it basically flying, which is astral projection. My book is a lot about that.
Do you think we all travel, we just don't know it?
I think we do, but we don't remember it. We don't know, just like we don't remember our dreams. But there are many people that, I mean, it's quite well known today. I mean, when I wrote my book, originally it was about 10, 11, well, longer than that. I was scared to even come out with it, thinking people would think I was crazy. But today it's very acceptable, so.
I had the craziest dream the other night. It was the weirdest, and you're going to laugh at me. I was dreaming that I bought new gym clothes. Okay, so it wasn't the gym clothes and what they look like. It was the name of the gym clothes. And I woke up and I remember the name and I looked it up. And apparently it's like some evil, demonic person.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, why would I remember this name? But then I think they gave me the name through gym clothes because I would associate It could have been through shoes or gym clothes of what it is, but then I looked it up and I'm like, I should tell Frank this. But I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't even bring energy or thought to this concept. But it's just weird.
Do you want to say the name? Or?
No.
No, okay, I figured that. I wasn't even going to ask you that, actually.
I may tell you guys
Can
off
you
set,
tell me,
but-
like, privately?
Yes. Can we get some more light on Sally and Jay, please? Or light in their camera, guys?
Maybe you're just possessed.
Well, exactly. Exactly. All of those things.
All is okay. Whatever it was, it's okay. It's fine.
Isn't that weird, though?
I don't know what's weird anymore for me. Yes, it is weird, but I'm accepting so many things today, Dawn, as I know you do too.
So then I think all these strange dreams, I think we all travel or get
We all
messages in
do.
different ways that we would understand them.
We're just not aware of it. I mean, many people do. Well, you do, because there is what I now know, an astral plane. So we go onto that plane. And we're just really basically playing out sometimes what we've done during the day, talking to people, traveling to different places, traveling to different planets, which I became aware of because that's what I was doing, and I was remembering where I was going. So, yes, but I'm not unique in any way at all.
It's interesting because we talk all the time about when you wake up in a certain period of time during the night, that's when the angels are talking to you, that's when messages are being sent. So I've got this new smart bed. And the smart bed tells me when I'm up at night and when I move around at night. And it's always between 2 and 4. Well, I'm always up or restless or something.
Actually, in this book, I actually put the time that I'm I wake up at 3 o'clock. And then I go back to sleep, and that was the time that I was traveling for nearly a year.
Show the book at the camera. So.
Oh, I'm very bad at that. Okay.
It's only been 2.5 years. Look at it.
Yeah, I know. So to me, after between 3 and 4 is a very appropriate time that I think people go, because I'm not good at writing things down, but I knew I had to document everything.
Frank, didn't you say there was something that happens at 3 o'clock? Yeah.
The veil is thinner, so you're more likely to.
But get a message from them. That's when
I said, but that was your message. You have evilness.
But the thing is, 3 o'clock is different in different countries, if you think about it. I was thinking about that the other day.
So they know whether it's daylight savings time or not?
At 3. If you're in Australia, it's not necessarily, it's 3 o'clock at a different time. So I don't know.
But you always say they're in a whole different time zone anyway.
There is no time.
Exactly.
So that's how it works. Yeah, that was a good answer to the question.
Which is interesting. Yeah, and then I looked it up and I saw this name, and at first I'm thinking, I'm going to tell you all, when I get to set, it's going to be something good, and I look it up, it's like, no, not so good. But
it was all good. I don't know what it was, but don't worry about anything, Dawn, okay? I've got some idea.
And what's happening with your next book?
That should be out in about 4 months. It's taking a little while because it had to, as you know, it was on a phone and we couldn't get hold of the phone, and it's all okay. It's going to be out in about 4 months.
And how does that differ from this original
Well,
Palmazina?
it's more up to date because I've learned a lot from when I wrote this book to where I am today, because we're all on a journey, and I learned a lot over the last, I would say, 16, 17 years. So the book is more up to date of what has happened to me, where I'm going, and what I'm doing. And here I am at the Brooklyn Cafe for 2.5 years now.
And the movie?
The movie should be out, well, the script of the movie, then it's going to be presented to people. That's going to take a little, well, actually, that's coming out first, but then it's got to go around into different places to be accepted. My book will come out during that process.
Is the movie based on the second book?
It's more of, it's true, but it's more of a novel. My second book is more going into depth of what has happened to me. The other one is going to be, it's all true, it's based on what's happened to me, but it's more written as a novel, so people can watch the movie and see what's going on in my life. Well, it's not going to be quite the same. That's the answer.
If someone's on sound, can you guys go into Sally's file and find her movie trailer? And let's pop that into the next commercial break, please. And you and Jay now have a show today at 2:30?
We do.
Inside the Artist's Mind?
Right. Yeah, today, 2:30, Inside the Artist's Mind.
How much did you give him to
I was going to say my partner in crime on Friday, but I don't know if that's the best thing to say.
Do you know who they're interviewing yet?
My partner, that's a big secret. It's top secret, but that's
Top
nice,
secret.
Jay, isn't it? We don't know, so it's all ad lib. We don't know what we know.
That's the fun part about
It's
it.
fun, yeah. Surprises.
Dawn is the
leave
one that
rest-
hooked this one up. I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, I mean, our show, folks, is totally unscripted. So there is nothing that anybody comes in, they are about as new to it as we are. So we are just trying to find out information about them.
And you've had a lot of new pieces that you've created. You were on Dawn the Book show on Wednesday, Dawn the Book, and talking about how you found God again. And I said to you, how did you hear? Because you said God told you, or God or Jesus came to you and told you all these things. So I said, did you hear it? Do you see it? Because I think people receive messages in different ways. Like Frank has the words. I think Sally does it through pictures.
They do. I get it through prayer, and it's just that's how I get my answers. I mean, I ask questions, and then it comes to me as to how I do it. I think people get things through different channels, but that's I feel I have a direct line, and that's where I get my answers.
Was
and that's
it a surprise to you? Was it a surprise when it first happened?
Yes. Yes, everything has been a surprise. This whole year has been a surprise to me. I mean, I don't really know everything that's going on with me yet. I mean, it's a complete change for me, and I am going in a different direction, but I like where I'm going.
Because unfortunately, Barbara had been sick for a while.
A long time, 3.5 years.
So the human side, I always call it.
Yeah.
You see where medicine is, and unfortunately, the physical side of what happened to her. So that you probably knew at some point was going to happen, of the trajectory.
We had prayed for a long time that it wouldn't happen, but it did.
And that's when you said, I was listening to the show, that you prayed and prayed, and unfortunately Barbara passed, and you went, okay, God, where are you? She passed.
Right. And that's when, I got the message, that she's fine, but I need to deal with you.
Wow.
And that's when he needs to, found out that I needed to change, that I needed to find something, a new path, a new direction. And so that's what I've been doing, and I'm still on a journey. So it's, but I like the way I'm going.
Has it changed your path or your thought process?
Everything.
What's changed? What difference do you see?
I don't know. I'm just different in how I feel about things, and in what I see. My artwork anymore. I'm seeing things much more colorful. I love to do what I'm doing. I'm seeing, it's all very positive, and I think it's a really good thing that it, everything that I am. I mean, before I start to a new picture, I guess I'll pray about it and what I should do in the next one, and just see where it goes, and and then I get a direction as to what I should do, and and then I'll go from there. I mean, it might not be. I mean, I've done like 10 pictures this year so far,
and they're all beautiful. Isn't it interesting how people hear prayer and messages or see them differently, and their inspiration? Some call it as just a gut instinct. Some say it was from God. Some it's an inspiration. It's everyone's
whatever
interpretation.
You want to call it. I mean, if it's however you want to call it. But if you're getting through, that's that's the important thing. That it's not just. Some people think that they are in control of their own life. You're not. I don't care who you are. You're not in control of your own life, and so you might as well just accept the fact that what you do is something beyond that, but it's great. It really is great every day, and I don't know what's going to happen every day. I don't know. Every day is a new experience, and I'm very happy for it.
New lease on life. When you have talent and you're a remarkable human being to do the things that you do. Everything else that comes along now, you get to enjoy all of these things, and it's increasing your worthiness of talent. You're beginning to see colors. Blues are blues and greens are greens.
Right.
When your wife was around, there was a lot going on inside you.
I'm finding a lot of new experiences. I'm meeting new people online. I'm meeting new people. I'm seeing people who are interested in getting in touch with me as an artist to see what I'm doing, and I'm trying to really stay connected to people, and hopefully they can learn through me. Bless you.
Thank
Don.
you. Sorry. Sneezed on the truth. See that?
And so, it's a great thing. And I'm also, I was just accepted into a show in Lake Worth on September 27th through October 27th at the Cugini Gallery on 804 Lake Avenue. It's a Western art gallery, or the show is for Western art. And it's going to be one of the pictures that I have here called Silver, and another picture I have at home called Cowboy Gear. And they accepted my pieces into the show. So this is new, and I'm excited about that.
Congratulations. I love new lease on life. Doesn't matter when, how old, how young.
Well, it's funny because the three of them share a common theme where they take what they do, and Frank's been an author forever, and Sally's been doing it forever as well, and so is Jay. And all of a sudden, they're at a level now that's above the rim.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking the three of us here in the studio. It always seems to work that way, doesn't it? Yeah. So.
Yeah,
above the rim.
I think we're all on a direction that we are so different from maybe a year ago, and just to see where this is going, and it's not the same old, I can tell you that right now.
But you always tell me things come in threes.
Mm-hmm. Things come in threes.
And there are the three. There are threes.
This is the first threes.
Right?
But it's nice to see that you're enjoying what you do. Do you enjoy more writing now than you did maybe 10 years ago?
Yes.
It has a different value to it, right?
Yeah, it's a different path, different desire, different energy.
Different calling?
Different calling.
I think more people are learning more about what you write about now because you've become more spoken of what's going on. I've seen some of the things you write on social media as well, which is no different than what Sally does on her page, just a different method, and people have to get in touch with themselves more and come to the realization that the truth of change, a la Mr. J, is from within. Now, you're the one that's going to make a difference, not anything around you. You're the one that has to pick the path. But that you enjoy it is...
it's a rewarding feeling because I had a meeting yesterday for an hour with the people that are going to be putting my art on clothing. And I got off the phone with their ideas and with mine. It's so hard to explain that. It doesn't matter what mood you're in, but when you're following what you want to do, I'm going, it's going to be on that dress or it's going to be that. I just haven't seen the end product, but just the idea of creating something. And again, I'm not unique. We all have that. So it's very important to follow your passion.
Any of your art we can put on clothing?
Yes, but I've given them 5 or 6 because they are photographers. So he has a great eye of where to put this on the clothing. So some of my newer art that I actually have in here, and I'm going, what would that look like? I don't even recognize it when I see it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So cool.
So exciting.
It's funny because when I talk to Gio normally on Saturday, because he's working and it's really tough, and you saw what happened this week. But I get to talk to him, and I've had a conversation with my son since he was 14 about the business and about what we're doing and the things that we're talking about. So sometimes Linda or Freddie or whatever sit there and they go, don't you guys ever get tired of talking about the business? And I say to them, no, because every day is another day. And every day is another switch. And there are new gizmos and new things to try and new episodes to try. And I say to people, you're just jealous because I lived the life that I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I don't know what interviews are going to be brought. I don't know what artists are going to show up. I don't know if Jay's doing a show with a different thing or a different book. Forget about this one. This one is on another planet. But you don't know these things.
I'm glad you recognize that.
But when you first came here, it wasn't about that. And everything changed. Even Steve sat there and said, who is that?
Right.
I married her? Because nobody knew that it was involving. It's the same thing with the kids, you know. He put together something phenomenal. In all the years we've been here, we never had a schedule that showed all the names and when they're going to show up, the number of people that are going to be in studio, well prepared, well documented, and well spoken.
It's great to watch them all come together in a short period of time.
It is.
It's been a couple days.
It is. And then to watch them grow as they go. I mean, G-Man has been with us for a while.
Who, Denzel?
And Denzel. And to watch how he now handles other situations. He was yelling in Studio B for me yesterday because he thought that was the right way. But we learn. We learn. And it's enjoyable to watch the creation around us. And that's what I like about what we do. I like to change it. I like to create it. I like to expand it. If a cable goes out, I order it because you can't have nothing not working.
I think it's no 2 days are the same. I mean, even when you're selling in sales, you're still selling the same product, no matter what it is. But in a studio, as you have here, you never know, the unexpected. And I think that's what makes it a success, actually. I think it's beautiful.
What I love is if you're going to buy one of Frank's books and you're going to read it in here. Enjoy the book in the journey because it's a whole different thing that goes with that particular book. And you're looking at the difference. And if you get to talk to Frank, if you're fortunate enough to talk to the artist, or you make an appointment to buy the book when he's here, it changes your perspective, not only on the book, but on your life. And if you don't believe me, try it. Because when I streamed 20 years ago, nobody bought into this. Nobody understood it. It was a new art. Nobody thought it was ever going to take off. It took this one 4 years to say, come on, let's go do it. She didn't believe either. Did not believe. She'll be nice and say, and no. She didn't believe because nobody was doing it. True?
Well, I believed in you. I just didn't
No,
believe
you
in me.
didn't believe in me. You thought I was crazy.
Well, that, yeah, but.
But everybody thought I was crazy. And I wasn't crazy. The only thing is that I started this business too late in my life. If I was his age and started it, or I was Gio's age, and this is why Gio is so admirable about what we've done with it, I'd probably be retired today.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I've been saying that because I'm going to say again, I'm getting up there. I don't think it doesn't matter as long as you, because at the latter part of your life too, yes, all right, you could have made whatever you were going to do during those periods of time, but as long as you're following what you want to do, there is no age limit on that. Absolutely.
True, but if I want to get on a ladder, they don't let me.
Well, that's
if
gravity.
I want to do a show and put it on automatic, they think it's not doable. You know, they look at the not doables before they look at the doables. And I've always said, here is life, and here is where I live it. And that's the way I just see things differently. Frank is the same way. He does it quietly. But he understands the good things in his life that he wants to enjoy. And he does it.
Absolutely.
I've seen it. I've seen, you know, we didn't get that statue in here by accident. But as soon as that statue showed up here and G-Man was next to me and Gato was next to me, as soon as that thing hit his spot, this man went to work like Grant took Richmond. I've never seen, he put on the gloves. All right, we got to get to work.
You know, we've almost had her for a year. October 13th will be a year.
But it's not an accident. You know, and you got to enjoy this thing.
I'd like to say that, you know, just since I've been associated with this place, with you know, the Brooklyn Cafe, I have grown so much, and I have learned so much, and I'm not stagnant. I almost got to the point where I thought before that I was stagnant and life wasn't going to really go on, and it looked like everything was. What a difference. I mean, you guys have really, really helped me change my life. And, you know, and I'm changing for the better, and, you know, I can only imagine what's in the future.
Well, you've all changed my life.
Can I add
for
to
sure.
that too? Because, you know, I have told you personally, without this place, unfortunately, I went through a very difficult time, not with Steve per se, but with his illness. And to come here was just unbelievable, the timing on everything. And I talk about timing, But you guys have been unbelievable. I just want to say that too.
And Frank's wife also were in a car accident. Thank God that everybody was okay. And that happened on the night that J.C. Dreesen's show was at the movie
I think
theater.
it was JC. It was another event where I was a movie or something.
I think it was JC, no?
But so you have magical things happening
Well,
here.
it's not our magical. It's your
Everybody
magical.
that's
And when
part
you
of
bring it forward, you know, that man over there, we've known him since we were at the other studio. And he's always been a friend of the show. We've always had him in our corner. Then I got to meet his wife at Weight Watchers.
Mm-hmm. You knew her
I didn't
before you
even
knew
know
me.
she was going to be there. And she says, yeah, Jay's my husband. I went, what?
I know. It's
one thing. The aura of this studio has changed since Mary was in the lobby.
Absolutely. 100%. And do
By
you know?
100%.
And do you know that now the studio is no longer just walls and floors. She breathes. So there's a hole in Studio B that we have to let some water that came down from the roof evaporate, which I'm still waiting for it. So every day I come in here and I feel that hole. If something is off, I feel it. I can sense it. It's no longer just the room. Now it's a person. So that statue has evolved among everything. So when you bring in new art and things of that nature, I can sense it. I knew it was coming before I walked through the door. That's why you saw me sit over there. I said, well, this is different. And there it is. It's the same thing with his paintings. I took his drawings, I took them to the radio station. And I put them down the hallway. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
I put them down the hallway.
It's raining again?
About 20 different spots. And the radio station said, wow. And the new owner that bought it says, don't touch them, leave them there. It wasn't until the third owner that came along that we took them down. And then they ended up selling the building. But there are so many different stories about what you're bringing, about what you're doing, and the lives that you're touching. You don't even realize it.
And that's really so great to hear how my artwork has touched people's lives.
Absolutely.
And, you know, in different ways. And it's it might not be the reality of why I made the picture, but it's their reality on what they see from the picture, and that's a beautiful thing.
It
Why
is.
don't we want to take a break? We come back. I don't know what happened to our singer. We have to find her.
She didn't want to run across. She's right there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's do that so we can just see the sound, make sure that we got it all hooked
Let's
up.
do a mic check, and maybe we get some Patsy Cline. Some more to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
My story starts at 4 or 5 years old. My name is Sally Bernard, and I was born at the end of the Second World War, in the middle of an air raid siren going off. My parents were in a movie theater, and my mother went into labor. My father ran out of the movie theater, but there was no cabs to be available because everybody is running for cover. However, they found one, and the taxi driver was given the address to take my father and my mother to the hospital. As my mother was in labor, about a half an hour, I arrived at exactly midnight.
I think I was fed messages at a very early age.
My parents used to like to play cards, and they had a card game every Wednesday or Thursday night at home when I was a baby. And I actually said to them one day, why do you keep waking me up at night? The card game is waking me up, and I can't get back to sleep so quickly. And they looked at each other and they said, we're not really waking her up. They were quite away from my bedroom. And they called in a psychic to say, what in the world is going on? And the psychic said that I'm getting many messages that are waking me up at night.
I thought whatever I was experiencing, other people were experiencing too. You don't know until you realize that you are different. Many things were happening to me, things that were unexplainable to me. What I had dreamt was happening. I could sense many things, and the things that I was sensing were coming about, but something was going on. explain to you everything. You're ready.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink, and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back. Are we set over there? Moneyball.
All right. You want to
All
set
right,
this up?
this is the debut. Shall we say the debut? Is this your debut?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I would say. I mean, I do karaoke a lot, so, you know.
All right.
I think this is it.
I'll sing for you, you know.
Perfect.
Twist my arm.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's go dark. Hit that light. And
if you got leaving on your mind, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If you got leaving on your mind, if there's a new love in your heart, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If there's a new love in your heart, don't leave me here in a world filled with dreams that might have been. Hurt me now,
smokes!
Are you kidding me?
You kind of sing?
If you can
Warm water before bed. Balances blood sugar levels and reverses type 2.
Holy
Echo,
smoke.
stop. Oh, wait, you guys got to turn that off. They got a diabetes thing on YouTube. Echo, we don't need that.
I'm sorry. If you're a diabetic, that's what happens.
I thought you were saying you needed warm water before you sing.
A glass of warm water before bed, that'll do it.
Holy smoke. So you can kind of sing? Kinda, huh? Kinda.
It's a party trick, you know.
That is tremendous. Am I wrong?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I do a mean Disney princess too, so, but Patsy Cline, I figured you'd appreciate that more.
Wow, no one ever sings Patsy Cline in here.
No, that was amazing. And look at Frank, for instance, sounds just like her.
Yeah, I grew up with that. My parents had a karaoke machine, and they had Bette Midler, Elvis, and Patsy Cline, and that's what I do.
Well, how far out are you booked, Frank, on the Artist Loft?
January.
Oh, gosh. All I'm going to have to do is like a special edition, I think.
We're going to have to think of something. Absolutely.
Incredible.
We
Thank you very much.
need to record your music, you singing. We need to do something. Do you write music as well?
I mean, I have in the past. I honestly, like, I did write a song for my ex-wife, but I don't really, I sing other people's songs.
Well, Freddie always says the best music comes when you get divorced or broken up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best. The most, like they say, the most feel. But we could bring in Johnny Melnick. We could bring in the gentleman from Monday Night. What's his name? Dijon. All these people, they create music around your vocals and things of that nature. We have some fun with this stuff as well. But that's tremendous. And
Thank you very much.
And you play instruments as well. What other instruments do you play?
I don't. Like during the pandemic, I tried to learn the ukulele, but
that's an interesting instrument to pick.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, I mean, it's a good starter, you know. I always wanted to learn the guitar, but, you know, I don't know. One thing at a time. I do a lot of other things. So.
You've been doing a lot of things, which is great.
I try to leave something for somebody else to do.
That's right.
Josh told me he and Megan did open a mic night on Wednesday. It was very successful.
They sent the...
and they're going to maybe try to do it again. The owner said, would they come back and bring other people? So it might be kind of cool.
Where was it held?
Up in Lake Worth. So not too far away.
Well, we are going to be asking singers to come with us as well at 388 on Monday nights.
Maybe she'll come join us.
So maybe you'll come join us there as well. And I would like to bring the whole ensemble.
Yeah, right? The whole party.
Do a pop-up and have the artists and everything else. I know that Jay, we've been negotiating hanging his art up at 388. I'm going to make the phone call today. Maybe to start with 2 pieces and go from there.
Yep.
And then we're going to find a place to have Frank's books. And Sally's going to be performing with us up there as well. And then what the object of the game is, this is our restaurant to do whatever we want on Monday nights. So we're trying to do entertainment. We're trying to do some dancing, some singing, some artists, some books, some authors, because they want to try different things to bring different entertainment to Boca. So.
All right. You have one more in you?
Sure. You want me to do Little Mermaid?
Sure. G-Man.
Yeah,
we got one more
might
to
as well.
do. And we're
He's
going
got to find it.
They'll find it.
She
got one
more.
more.
Find Little Mermaid?
We'll have
I won't do the intro.
We'll have her take us out. So while he finds it,
Part of your world, the older
we can wrap it
Little
up
Mermaid.
and.
See, it turned out to be a fantastic Friday.
Welcome back.
Go.
Well, it's nice to have you back on a Friday.
I've been back for 5 days.
3.
Whatever.
I was thinking about that today. 3, but it's good to have you back.
Are you ever going to let that go?
Yes, I'm saying welcome back. It's nice to have you back.
Stop welcoming back. Don't help her.
I'm very
guys
happy.
ain't like that, except for him. He was making a crack about it yesterday.
Whether you'd be here on Friday, I know.
He was missed, right? Missed.
He was missed.
No, I wasn't
100%.
missed. I watch the shows. I see how I got insulted in 14 different languages.
I only speak one. All right, you ready to wrap this up?
I'm giving her a chance to say.
Then we'll have Marcy take us out
Take
for
it
the
easy.
weekend. You got big plans this weekend?
I'm
Oh,
doing
who
my
won
tax.
last night?
Yeah, you won.
Yeah, just saying.
First of all, did you watch the game?
I watched it this
You
morning.
won by 6
I
inches.
was asleep.
You won by
By a toe.
6 inches.
They tell
by
me
a
by
toe.
pedicure.
That's right. And I got to tell you something. The camera work on how they got that guy out of bounds was amazing. Amazing. They put a camera right on his toe. And there was about this much white line he hit, and that was the game with 4 seconds left.
Amazing.
You won. You won. And
Who's
you
playing
covered.
tonight? Tonight are the Eagles and?
Green Bay and the Eagles. And I think the Eagles win, but I'm putting my money on Green Bay.
I think you're right.
Moneyball.
Moneyball. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. We're going to have Marcy wrap this up, take us out for the weekend. Stay safe, stay dry. Sally, Jay, and Frank, thank you, thank you, thank you. Tune in today to Inside the Artist's Mind at 2:30 with Jay Harmon and Sally Bernard and some special guests. We'll see you on Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
And she continues the game. Yes, and don't be late. Okay, let's take it to Marcy.
So this is perfect because I actually sing Disney while I'm painting, so I'm going to do The Little Mermaid. You got 2 out of me, so.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I won more. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet, and flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street, up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend the day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they understand, but they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand and ready to know what the people know. Asking my questions and get some answers, like what's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore the shore above? Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.